morning everyone, and welcome to day 5 in Las Vegas. Today is the day 1B of the World Series Main Event. I'm very excited. I did some mindset sort of work with Elliot Rowe this morning. I have one of his classes, one of his master classes. So I looked back on my sort of ending of the vlog yesterday, and I was kind of disappointed with myself in the way that I viewed it. I really had no reason to be tilted like that. I think that once I just sat and gained some sort of perspective and just remembered that I am playing some very high stakes, and that the swing really wasn't that bad and wasn't that big. I think I ran pretty cold. I think I made a few exploitative errors, and in the grand scheme of things, it really didn't go that badly. So I'm happy that I kind of retrospectively think that was an unnecessary sort of emotional roller coaster, and that's made me more grounded today. So to start off, the plan is to grab some breakfast somewhere and then make our way into Paris to pay and register. Looks like the extra hour of sleep I decided to give myself this morning is semi gonna work against us, as I don't have time to go get breakfast. I'm making my way to Paris to pay and register, but definitely just the walks here. As I said yesterday, I was so misguided. Everything seems close, but it really isn't. Okay, it gives me immense joy to say that I'm paid and registered for day 1B of the World Series of Poker Main Event. So we're walking over to Horseshoe Red now, about to take our seat. It is still level 1. Starting stack is 60,000 chips. Blinds 100, 200 with 2-hour levels. So it is really just such a big adjustment to any other tournament. You have the ability to be infinitely patient, rarely wait for spots. I'm going to be very focused on adapting to my table. I'm going to be focused on the individual exploits. If I think someone is very scared money, very nitty, I'm going to put the pressure on them. If I see the opposite, we'll adjust likewise. And it's really just going to be a day of patience, waiting for good spots, avoiding putting in tons of chips without extremely strong hands. I'm a very experienced player, even gave me the suggestion, which I definitely agree with, of hands like queens and jacks really don't need to be putting in tons of money pre-flop. You want to play with super high SPR, multi-street, to just realize your skill edge as much as possible. Okay, so after registering, you kind of see who's at your table, and we got the very unfortunate news that one of the players at our table is Kevin Rabichow, arguably the best or one of the best heads-up no-limit players in the world. So that's obviously not a great start to the table. Just gonna avoid him as much as I can, focus on the other players, and let him do his thing without having to tangle with him. Okay, so first level done and dusted. Definitely did not go well. Starting stack is 60k, we're on 41.8, but it's still tons. Everyone at our table except for Kevin is quite a fish, I would say very clearly. Yeah, guys just being very sticky, using very weird sizes. The Brazilian guy next to me is changing his opening sizes every hand. And at showdown I can see it's very clearly linked to the strength of his hand. So really just need to stay patient and not be too concerned. It's still tons of chips. We're coming back to 200, 300. So we're going to have piles, and everything's just going to go smoothly. Okay, I am so hyped. That was really cool. I doubled up the very last hand just before the break, so I'm up to 88,000. Yeah, I was definitely cruising around half starting stack for a while, but I'm very excited. I really feel like the momentum flowing, and we've got 2 hand breakdowns to do. So first one, I open ace 3 of diamonds under the gun. We're playing 200, 300. I open to 700. The hijack 3 bets me to 3,000. He was a reasonably tight player, but I think I would classify him as on the better side of the players at my table. 3,000 I call, definitely a hand playing super deep. It's a hand that can make the nuts, and those are the types of hands you want to focus on. If he has something like King, Queen of Diamonds, we can cooler him for a huge pot. If the offsuit ace hands you really want to avoid, because those are hands that don't make the nuts. Okay, let's get back to it. Sorry, the grander Marco Mizrahi was just there. I had to take a photo of him. One of the most insane achievements in WSOP history, winning 4 PPC titles. But let's get back to the hand breakdown. So he 3 bets to 3,000, I call. Flop comes Queen Jack 9 Rainbow, and I would say this board kind of favors my range. Obviously he can have queens and jacks, but I can have King 10 suited. I can have all the sets as well as King 10 suited, maybe 10-8 suited, not really. So I check and he checks back, which I think is the right move. Turn was the 7 of diamonds, bringing in my flush draw, and I decided to lead here, as I don't think when he checks the flop that he would ever raise the turn, and I really want to sort of price myself in to see a river, because if I check and he fires huge, then I have to fold. So I think the pot was like 7,000. I bet 2,000, and he called. River 6 of diamonds, so we make the nuts. Really great feeling, and now I have to kind of think of my sizing. So on this river, I would say that I definitely have a big nut advantage, because a lot of suited hands I would open with that he wouldn't 3 bets, like 7-8 suited, 8-9 suited, hands like this, King Jack Queen suited. All of these hands I contain a lot more flushes than his range does, as well as the flop straights, especially when he checks. So I decided to go for a very polar sizing, and I bet 15,000. He tanked for like 4 or 5 minutes and folded, and he said it was a very big fold. I don't really know what's a big fold that he checked back on the flop with, but we got that one through. And then the last hand of the level before the break, I opened pocket 10s, red 10s under the gun to 700. The same player who I made the nut flush against, 3 bet to 3,000. I called. Flop came 10-4-3 with 2 hearts, top set. Another great feeling. I haven't hit a set, I don't think, this whole WSOP, so this is the spot to do it in. And I checked, he bet 2,200, and I think that I definitely want to fast play this, build a pot as fast as possible. We're very deep. I have an insanely strong hand. If he has ace king, ace queen, I don't think he's going to just triple it off, so I really need to focus on doubling up through an overpair. I check raise to 6,500, and he calls. So when he calls, I take the ace king, ace queen type hands out of his range, and I really think he's narrowed down to an overpair. The turn was an offsuit 8, so I still have the nuts on a very dry board. I need to keep building this pot. So I had 30,000 left in my stack, and you kind of want to have a geometric bet size to get your chips in here. So I thought I could easily go half pot on the turn and leave myself a perfect half pot on the river. So I bet 10,000 on the turn. He tanked for like 2 minutes, said the magic words, all in, snap called, and he had queens. So obviously in this event I'm still sweating a little bit, but the 3 river bricked it up, and we had a huge double up to now have a significantly over average stack. What's happening is you can see everyone sort of running into the Superdrome there next door us, and I'm pretty sure that that is Phil Hellmuth making his main event grand entrance. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see it. That's very upsetting, but very cool that he is playing today.
89 World Series of Poker Main Event
and we have made it through another level. Now we are headed to dinner break. I have 108,000, average is 68,000, so that level just went really nice and smooth. Just like 3-bet bluffing, late position opens, kind of sizing up for value, bluffing multi-street less, but I was aware there were 2 kind of short stacks at our table, so I feel like I can put a bit more pressure on them because guys are really fearful of busting out. Like, if you have a few thousand chips, it's still loads. Like, your chance of survival is still very high. So guys really just don't want to bust, and being able to put the pressure on the short stacks is very important. But we have tons of chips and just focusing on smooth sailing. So now I'm headed with the absolute sea of people, as you can see. And I'm just gonna figure out my dinner plans. We only have 75 minutes, so got to kind of hustle it and see what we can do. So seeing that we are under a bit of a time crunch, don't have a ton of options available, but I came here into Cosmo to one of my favorite meals from last year, Chana Poblano. We've got 2 new dishes that I didn't get last year, and I'm very excited to eat them. I'm obviously starving, seeing as we skipped breakfast and lunch. Luckily, one of the guys at my table was very kind and gave me a protein bar, so that's basically all the food I've had for today, but I'm very hungry and very excited to get into this food. Okay, so seeing as we were very hungry, I got tacos and a main noodle dish. The tacos are the quesadilla tacos with lamb and beef. Gonna squeeze some lamb onto them. It's look awesome. And then a noodle dish with lamb, mushroom, spring onion. Looks really great. Smells amazing, and I'm so excited and ready to tuck into this. My description might have been a little bit shoddy, but just because I was really just in a rush to finish up there and start heading back. We've still got 20 minutes, so should be fine. But really, I could not recommend Chana Poblano higher. It was phenomenal. It really, I wouldn't call it cheap eats, but I would say for the quality of food that you're getting, it is very fairly priced. Yeah, the quesadilla, they assured me that there would be no tomato in mine, and it was delicious. The noodles, the name of it is like an homage to sort of the Silk Road spice route, and you could definitely taste some spices like cumin, star anise, and little pickled mushrooms gave it a very complex and very well balanced flavor. Overall, just really delicious. While I was walking in to get seated, I saw Greg Merson sitting tucked away in the corner on the floor. So obviously I went up to say hi. Very friendly, very nice. Got some great pieces of advice for him, telling me really this is the biggest test of mental fortitude. He told me that he's seen so many people just melt away from the pressure or the exhaustion, or just they overthink a lot of spots, and he told me to just take it one level at a time and to just enjoy the moment, really soak in the awe of playing a main event at such a young age. He was, I think, 24 when he won the main event in 2012, so that means we can do it. If a 24-year-old did, a 25-year-old can. So that was really nice of him. He gave some really good advice and was very friendly, and now we're ready to get seated for 2 more levels of the day. Okay, it just wrapped up level 4. We are going to the final break of the day before bag and tag. We're sitting on 108,000, average is 73. We peaked a bit higher at like 130-ish, but I decided to triple barrel bluff against the Japanese semi-short stack. So the hand was, I opened under the gun with 9-10 suited. He called on the button. The board ran out ace 8-3, like brick ace. I just tripled off, and he thought for 30 seconds on the river and called with eights, which just shows like I think it is a good bluff if he's even kind of thinking with a boat there. Obviously, just piling on the pressure in the day one of the main event is the right thing to do. I think he would struggle to call with anything really, because he doesn't have ace king or ace queen ish. So it's like trips or a boat are the only hands that can call off there. But other than that, I'm feeling very confident, and I'm gonna try. I don't know if he will allow it, but seeing as Kevin Rabichar's at my table, we've tangled in a few very interesting hands, and there's one hand in particular that I really want to get him to come do the breakdown with me at the end of the next level, but I don't know if he will. We're gonna have to ask him very nicely and see if he will give up his time. If not, I understand, but that would be very cool if he did. This is the $600 Poker News Deep Stack final table.
Players, once you receive your bag, name and chip count on the bag. You're going to be coming back Sunday. 12 o'clock Sunday. You'll get all your push notes.
Main event.
Damon, you want me to take a photo? Show him. Show him.
Taking a video or photo?
Yeah, both. I took a video, but I took a photo in the video.
Yeah, day one, first main event. Bagged a very good stuff. And that is a wrap on day 1B of the World Series of Poker main event. I bagged 121,000. I'm extremely happy with that. Overall, the day went really smoothly. I got into the groove of it. My nerves dissipated very quickly. I am very comfortable playing deep stack poker, and that's what it was the whole day today. Even having Kevin at my table, being just the super pro that he was unbelievably friendly. We were joking with other guys from Miami, from Canada. Just a really fun table, made the whole experience so great. And I'm very tired. We played 10 hours straight, very long levels, but now we have a 2-day break until day 2. So tomorrow I don't think is going to be a very poker heavy day. I think I need a little bit of a break. Can go explore some of the other ideas and options that I had planned for this trip. That's a perfect opportunity. And then we'll see the following day. I think should be spent dedicating quite a bit of time to study, but for now I am exhausted. I want to go to bed, and that's going to be a wrap on today. So good night. Surely you guys know me by now. Obviously I'm not going to bed when there is poker action happening. I am it's very funny. Everyone said to me like, oh, you must be exhausted, go to sleep, go to bed. No ways. I am here at Paris in the cash game room, super ready to jump in. I just went to the payout window to collect my cashes from the deep stack and the other deep stack. So we've got some chips to fire, and yeah, it was very funny. I was standing in the payout line, and Brad Rubin, 5-time bracelet winner, one of the best mixed game players in the world, just approached me and asked me a question. And I think he wasn't expecting this, but I said to him, I was like, oh my God, you Brad Rubin. And he was kind of taken aback that someone knew him. He's so like sweet and down to earth, and ended up staying and chatting with him for quite a while. So that was a really great experience that I wouldn't have gotten if I just went to bed. So we are here at Cash, and I'm going to see what sort of games and stakes are open. And I don't know, I'm kind of feeling a bit of PLO tonight. I haven't played PLO this trip so far. Kind of itching to play it, but let's see if what we can get a seat in. Okay, so it looks like we are getting what we wanted. We are heading to 125 PLO, and apparently the game is quite good, so that's very exciting.
Sugar. Black. Sugar. Sugar. Sugar.
Okay, just taking a little bathroom break from the game. Holy fuck, I am on hour 23 of playing non-stop straight, and it's going very well, the PLO game. So I started with 4-card PLO, that went terribly, got stacked twice, moved to the 5-card game, recovered it all, plus profit. Very, very good game, very soft table, playing 1-2-5, but the exhaustion's starting to hit me this morning. I felt like I was wired on Ritalin. I was so full of energy, but it's starting to drop soon, and I still want to do a couple of fun activities today. I know with PokerBet we are going to Top Golf later. That's I think at 5 o'clock, so I still want to do some fun things that I'd planned for the day off, because tomorrow I really want to focus on relaxation in the later parts of the day, so I don't want to be traveling around the strip. But so we're going to play a few more hours here, hopefully pick up a few more chips, and then we'll book the win. And we are finally done with the poker session. We cashed out tons, did very well. So in total I played 12 hours in the main event, and then a subsequent 14 hours at the cash game. Definitely feeling quite tired at the moment, ready to cash in, go back to the room, shower, take a brief nap, and hopefully it just livens us up for the day. But I'm very excited that we did this. This is kind of what Vegas is about for me. I love being able to grind for hours and hours on end. I never get to do this at home. I'm just happy a cash game went really well for us in Paris. Yeah, this is just very funny. Like, this is really what coming to Vegas is all about. As someone who's young and has the energy and stamina to do these things, I really recommend it. This isn't the place to like chill and relax.